Hi, I'm Mark Cleghorn. Welcome to the Photographer Academy, and today we're kind of flow posing on the bed in a little bit of a shoot for you now. This is, I suppose, technically part 2 to the kind of the posing guide that we did, where we were kind of working in a structured way. We were teaching you the fundamental basics of one pose to the second pose to the third pose and so on, as well as giving you a little bit of an idea of how you could slightly tweak that pose. This is in application. So in other words, we've got Kelsey, our amazing model, in again, and we're basically photographing in front of the old church windows. We've got a simple blow-up bed. We've got no reflectors and there's no flash, even though that thing's in shot, it's not on. Yeah, we're just using the natural light as such. But I want you to kind of get an idea now of how using some or all of the poses that we just saw in the kind of the structured guide, how you can now create it to produce more of a kind of a session flow for yourself and everything else. So once I get into it, I'm just going to give Kelsey instruction to actually move limbs, move body places and so on, and then you'll see me move camera position to actually change the look of the image as well with it and things, and we'll be able to see all the images as we're going through, as well as actually at the end as well. So because I like a kind of a more shadowed style of image, I am working pretty much against the light quite a lot. They might seem a little bit dark as far as they're coming up. Remember, you're seeing as shot on camera. We're shooting in colour for you today, which is a complete freak for me in my boudoir photography. But Kelsey's got an amazing red bodysuit on, and against the white, and obviously with the church windows, I think they'll kind of produce some really kind of great images. So remember, we're working through a flow for you. To give you an idea of the camera equipment, we're using a Canon with a 50mm lens. We're using the likes of f4 or f2.8 as our working aperture. I shoot 125th of a second. That's to make sure when I'm moving around I don't get any camera shake. And because I want those fixed as far as the exposure is concerned, I then dial up my ISO to match the day, as it were. So obviously on a very, very sunny day, I might have to work at f4, which is my maximum aperture that I work with. But I might have to work at 250 or 500th of a second, even if I was at 100 ISO. Okay, we're shooting tethered. Using a tether tool cable directly into a basic laptop that has Capture One on it, and we'll be able to actually see the images coming straight up and things really. So again, I hope you enjoy this film and you hope you enjoy the flow. We're going to start in a kneeling position or a sat position on bed. Depends on how the client or Kelsey initially gets onto the bed and sits there. So if I just ask a client, can you get onto the bed, exactly how they're going to do it is left to them, and from there the posing is going to start. So let's get on with the shoot. She's gone into a kneeling pose. Excellent. Well, okay, so we're going to start with that. Let's go open knee just a little bit more. Turn the body around towards that side a touch more for me as well. That's great. Now, you're either going to want the client's face at you or looking away or faceless. If the client is looking at you, I've got to make sure the expression's correct. If the client is looking down or away, then obviously it's a little bit more of a sultry kind of observational boudoir. If we're doing a faceless image, it means that basically you cannot tell who that is. So we've turned the body away. Let's just do a quick test shot. Looking towards the window light, please, Kelsey, if that's okay, darling. So we've got a simple shot to begin with. Coming down to bed height to actually get the image. It's pretty good. Now you can see here on the working aperture, this is at the f4, whereas if I want to work with the backlight to give it a softer image, I'm going to shoot at the 2.8. So let's just shoot that as well, so you can see the difference now. And this is just opening up the aperture to expose more for the shadow side of the body, which is here, compared to what we just did where we're exposing for the actual the highlight. As a rule of thumb, we'd usually be exposing for the highlight, but of course in boudoir photography, we usually actually use some kind of backlight to actually soften the whole kind of event and things really. So most of the time I'm going to be photographing light, whereas you'll probably actually be looking at photographing towards the kind of the shadow exposure with it to actually give us more of a darkened image. Okay, Kels. So let's come up a little bit higher off the knees. Let's just kind of bring one hand towards the strap, bring the other hand just out of shot, just up by the neckline, other leg. Brilliant. And looking there away from me fully. That's great, just there. So I'm shooting for the exposure of the highlight now. Just going to move straight away in to get the butt shot as well. Keep it. Great. Okay, Kel, so if you turn back around to me now, so your knees are going to face towards me here, please. That's lovely. Slightly turn away from me more. Open the knees just a little bit more. Bring this hand closest to me up to here. This hand in towards the crotch, looking away from me again. Let me just check that looks great. It does. Now remember, let's come up and just come off sitting back down. So do the same pose, but just come up, kneel up higher. That's it. Again for me, keep it. This is where I need to go to the f2.8 for the backlight now. Soften that whole image. But remember at this point, of course, I can come in and get the detail shots. Do the same shot for me. But you don't want to get in too soon close to the client. Always remember this dirty dancing kind of thing in your space and my space and so on. At this point, I can kind of come in towards the light now. Notice looking straight at me, please, Kelsey. That's gorgeous there. A little lean with the head into this point. It's gorgeous. Turn the nose this way a little bit. Pop this hand just to touch the top of the bed. Fingertip. That's lovely. Turn and look out for me. That's great. Lean back onto both hands for me. More. And looking out again. Keep it. And use this hand to just adjust the strap again for me. That's lovely. Looking down towards the strap. And relax. Let's do that same shot, but your butt now. So your butt round to me again. So the same pose that you're in first. Been a lot easier if I come around to here first, of course, isn't it? Yeah. Again, looking out for me. Let's do a faceless image. So look away from me fully. Bring both hands to touch the sides of the bed. That's lovely. It's there. Let's do it. Keep it. Turn the head away from me more. Now towards the window. Turn the head to me more. Looking back to me. Bring this hand to the strap for me. Lean back onto this arm. Open the knees more. That's lovely. It's there. Let's do it. Looking down to the strap line. Nice, relax. So we got a nice, simple kind of flow just from that kneeling basic pose that we just saw, yeah? Notice though, as soon as I went into the light, I've gone to the f4 because obviously I'm photographing for the highlight. I'm only really going to the f2.8 when basically I'm shooting against the light as such. Okay, let's go back to kind of the position one. So it's right against the window. Kels, do you mind going into the sitting pose for me again? So that's it. And just push the bottom foot that way more. Bottom foot out that way more, that's lovely. And bring this knee over the top a touch. Use that hand onto the back of the bed a little bit as well. That's gorgeous. So because of such amount of backlight here, there's no contrast on the face. If I take the photograph, there's basically nothing detail on the face. If I open up the exposure more and more, the biggest problem is going to be that we're just going to lose all the detail. So even though I'll take the shot for you a minute, really to get away with it, I've opened up the 2.8. She doesn't need to look at me. If she doesn't look at me, it's going to be a much better image. Why? Because obviously then we can kind of start to actually at least ignore the detail on the face more. Kelsey, so let's look away just towards there. That's great. Keep it. Bend this arm just a little bit more to just bend it and just bring this hand into the front. That's lovely again. Bring this foot onto the bed just a little bit more for me. That's beautiful. Keep it. Look the other way for a faceless image. Oh no, let's just do that one. It's lovely. Okay, let's come and lay on the side of the bed. A little bit more and lay your head just actually in there for me. Okay, it's gorgeous. Now, this pose dynamically as it is, because we just went from the kind of the sat to the lay, we are going to exaggerate this top leg for us. We've got to really change that pose to kind of make it at its best. So, Kelsey, just take this knee away from me. More, there you go. And put the other knee backwards as well. Take it back underneath the other foot if you can. There you go. That's great. And just slightly roll away and you're going to be looking up. That's great, just there. Let's do it. Keep it. Let me just come backwards. Allow the space around the image. Hand towards the nickel line for me, please, Kelsey. That's lovely. Relax the elbow more. Beautiful. So, from here, of course, now, I can go in and do more detailed shots, so the same thing again. Keep it. Bring both hands towards the head for me if you can. That's lovely again. Keep it. Change in position just to the lower part to actually bring the body in. We're going to crop through the leg more. Yep. And from here now I can shoot the long butt shot in. Yeah. So through. Now I can go to F4 again, because with the light instead of against the light. Kelsey, keep the butt as it is and the feet as they are. Can you lay on your belly more just to roll? That's it. Whoa. Keep it. Can you kind of almost bury your head down? That's beautiful. Keep it. Relax. So from here, we've got a choice now to go into the rotisserie. In other words, the rotation around. So from here, Kelsey, if you just roll onto this side. That's it. Looking off towards here again. The head's going to go pretty much kind of dark. Bury the head again for me. Obviously, if I can go higher. So I can shoot down onto the image as well. Obviously with the right lens. So rotate away from the window more for me. That's it. Whoa. Keep it. Bury the head again. Relax. I'm just going to do the same shot back to this pose again. Yep. So again, just going to give a little bit of an angle on the image. I think it's going to be better with a higher viewpoint. Hang on, Kels. Telling the client all the time what you're doing is key. And as much as I'm chatting away to you, I'll be chatting away to the client as well with things really. Nice shot. Okay, let's see the face looking towards the window for me, but pretty much keeping the same pose if possible. That's lovely. Can you bring this elbow down lower now? A lot lower, Kels. That's lovely. Roll away just a touch more. That's gorgeous. Keep it. Bring this arm down as well, so it's actually low, just between your head and your boobs. So just come and lean onto there. Use this hand actually in, but don't make it look like you've got a headache. Let's love it. Let's do it again. Keep it. Beautiful. Okay, so nice flow there. Let's come back now into the same pose. So she's still laying on her belly. I've still got the butt. Let's do the butt shot as we are. So it's kind of actually what are you trying to achieve with the minimal kind of flow effect. Let's do as she is first. Kelsey, let's put the hands back up on the pillow for me, stretching them both. It's lovely. Keep it. One more. Okay, let's bring this foot on top of the other ankle for me. That's lovely. Do it again. Let's really push the one knee up higher, the top knee. That's it. Again, this is a real ham shot, so as far as the butt shape is concerned, so be careful. Okay, roll the top part of the body around toward there. There you go. Can you look to me? If you raise that hand up higher, push this arm away more. Can you look high? That's lovely. Let's do it. Keep it. Relax that leg for me again. That's it there. Keep it. And relax. Roll around to me now just a touch. Great. Just pop the hands up. It's gorgeous. So I've got to go to 2.8 no matter what, because of obviously the backlight. If I wanted to add in a reflector, whatever it is, this is the time to be doing it. Same shot again. Keep it. Look away, please, Kels. Notice I'm just moving in and out just a little bit. Remember, this is the great thing about a prime lens. You kind of zoom with your feet instead of actually zooming with a lens. Again, it's great. Keep it. Just going to shoot from above. This is where I wish I had one of those flippy backs. Let's have a quick check on that one. Make sure she's actually in the photograph. Pretty good. Same thing again now. The rotation, moving focus point. Eyes open, Kelsey, towards the light. That's a little bit there. Great. Let's go back onto the rotation. So let's kind of roll around to me just a little bit. Great. Let's relax the hands down. This hand to here. Other hand just actually there. Head up just a little bit more. It's great. Let's do it. Keep it. Cropping in again. Changing the angle. Take this hand away from us more. This one. That's lovely there. Keep it. Head up again. Keep it. Great, let's go to a full rotation. So lay on your belly again, and let's do, bury your head again into your hands. I'm just going to go to F4 now to underexpose the image more. Feet towards your butt more. That's lovely, point them. Okay, let's go right up onto the knees. So let's do the butt shot. Drop the boobs down to the the bed. Feet up just a little bit higher. Keep it. Both knees together if you can, please, Kelsey. That's it. Keep it again, darling, sorry. Nice. Let's bring the head up just a little bit and just bury the head. So do the same pose. Really drop the head in low, 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 and just bringing the head onto the hands, or the hands onto the head even. Boobs to the bed again. Lovely. Keep it. And again. And relax, darling. Okay. Let's just kind of push the feet to that direction. And we'll just kind of roll on to your back again. We'll do a half Drunken Maiden, as we call it. So, in other words, she's still on the bed. Push those feet right back towards there as much as you can. This front leg higher, much higher. Go up onto your forearms for me. And then your head is going to drop back as much as you can. Still keeping to the kind of the shadow more than the backlight. Let's do that. Keep it going, Kels. Breathing in, darling. Relax. Relax now. Okay, so there's our kind of lovely image. Watch, I'll do the same thing, but I'll backlight it. So just opening that exposure up more. It's going to be a lot softer. Again. Keep it. Relax. Okay, so much, much brighter and softer and everything else with it. We can kind of really get away with that. Let's do a full Drunken Maiden. So come over the top of the bed a little bit more. Let that hair drop all the way down. Come back a little bit more for me, darling. Don't fall off, though. That's great. Let's use the one hand to the hair, I think. Other hand to the neckline. Keep it. Now, we definitely need to be in 2.8 now. Keep it. Same shot. One. Keep it, keep it, keep it. Sorry, I know all the blood is going to your head, Kelsey. I do apologise. Relax. Okay, come back up again. So that kind of natural progression between the half Drunken Maiden to the Drunken Maiden. That's just the name I've given it. I do apologise. But again, it gives us a great line. We can also change this thing. Let's do the same Drunken Maiden, but just rotate the body as well. Just almost turn towards this way with the top part of the body. Drunken Maiden again. Keep it. Again. It's beautiful. One more. One more. Relax. Okay. Good. Yeah, it's pretty good. Let's do the angle of the bed. So if your head and you're going to be laying on your belly, please, head up towards there, and bring your feet around towards me more. And we're going to let's do the simple shot first. So this is where we'd start, and then we kind of bring in a little bit more of a kind of a confidential 50 Shades kind of image. Okay, so let's bring this knee right up again, please, Kels. That's it. Point this toe to me a little bit more. Turn your head towards the window for me if you can. Other way. There you go, that's it. Keep it. Keep there for me. So it's similar to what we did kind of when we were working on the bed there, but this is definitely more cheek orientated now. Push the knee up higher, please, darling, more. That's it. Relax. Okay, so we did the kind of kneeling up shot. Let's do the kind of the cross-legged. So if you kneel towards me, please, open knees just towards there. Can you move up the bed a little bit more for me? Brilliant. Turn the body round towards me. Knees just towards there. That's great. So we began here. We did this kind of similar shot. Do you remember if we popped the arms back there, just lean backwards onto there just a touch more, just exposing for the highlight again. So remember we did this shot, but now if we drop to a cross-legged, so if you just go to a cross-legged shot anyway, there you go, and turn the head out again. So we're back to our basic. At me now, Kelsey. That's lovely because the light is good on her. Let's bring this knee up now. Bring up, that's pretty good. Let's do that first. Take this hand out towards the side more. Bring the knee up higher. That's lovely, it's there. Looking away now, please, Kelsey. Let's get both knees up high and kind of really kind of cross the ankles for me. That's lovely, and lean into me more. That's lovely. Looking out again. Really leaning down towards the ankles. Cuddle in. It's lovely. And relax. That's a really good shot, especially if you're doing kind of the implied. So even we could, if we're working with bra rather than bodysuit, we could actually just drop off the straps onto the side. We could use this elbow here to just hide this kind of bodysuit just a little bit more. We've got a nice flow. So we've kind of moved through the different angles all of the time. Even though I've kept to the 24 to 105 lens, I would usually, sorry, the 50mm lens, if I'm doing the overhead shots, I'd pretty much swap to my 24-105 so I could use more like the 24 to give more of the environment, more of the bed and everything else with it and things really. Let's just quickly slip off the bed. So we'll use it as a 3-dimension. I kind of quite enjoy it and things really as far as the look and the feel. Before we go there though, if you wanted to add a little bit of contrast into an image, we've got these big reflector flats, yeah? And I could basically push this along the shadow side to actually get the kind of the photograph. So this would be reflecting some of the window light backwards. We're not going to do it for now. Or we could do a portable kind of reflector to actually put it in place to bounce some of the light back. But that really needs somebody else to hold that in for me. I'd usually work with an assistant anyway, so it's no big deal. If I was looking to bring a little bit more drama to the image, a little bit of flash, snooted light, possibly one stop higher, and just work for that as my main light then to actually bring more drama and a lower key kind of image within the room set. Kelsey, let's drop off the end of the bed again. I know we did this in the kind of the session flow. Let's just sit there first, shall we? So straight away, let's go into tippy toes and high for me. No, sorry, sit on the bed. Tippy toes high for me, pretty much more. Just leaning forward just a touch more. That's lovely, look straight ahead for you. So this is working again against the light, but more in silhouette. Lower the chin a little bit more for me, darling. That's lovely. What I want to do, though, is get her profile in the shot. So if I put it into the pillar, raise the chin now, please, darling. That's gorgeous. Okay, now by putting her in that pillar, basically I can see the profile. If I just use the camera angle in the wrong place, she's going to get lost in with all those windows. So if that was my big problem, I would open up the aperture again and do the same thing, but allow the light to kind of blast out more. Okay, so you get an idea of the difference there in the working exposures as well. Kelsey, I think you're going to do what we're going to do. So drop off the actual end of the bed, lean onto your arms, get the feet, I should say, back as much as you can, but drop the butt down as much as you can. Laying backwards more, please, darling. Keep it. It's lovely. Stay there for me a minute. If you need to relax, just relax while I move. Same shot again. Keep it. Stay there for me. And relax. Let's just go to the kneeling pose, please. So just kneel and face towards the bed. Push the knees away a little bit more. Hands and just bury the head for me fully, if that's okay. Crossing the feet again, a little bit higher. Let's open up the aperture, burn out a bit more. So back to the 2.8. Point the fingers forward like a prayer as well. Kels, can you move back a little bit more and almost bury the head between the bed and the floor? You can still lean with the hands on there. Great, let's do it. Keep it. Once more. Crossing the feet for me. And relax. Let's just do the Drunken Maiden again. But actually come into this side. So feet over there, head dropping over this end. So by now, whereas I was against the light with the Drunken Maiden before, now I can actually use the actual working light, the main light as such. That's cool. Let's do that first. Yeah, we'll do that. Keep it. One more. Look, turn the head towards the light more. It's lovely. Keep it. Come off the end of the bed more for me. Let's do it. Beautiful. Do you know what? Let's go back up on the bed. keeping that angle though, move over more. Let's do the half drunken maiden first, so actually leaning on. Dropping back again for me. Bring the hair over the edge just a little bit more, please. And then going up onto the arms, that's a little bit. Turn the head away, I think. Keep it. Keep it. Close-ups a minute. Stay there. I just like the client to know that I'm still photographing. Relax. Let's do the same shot, but with your feet right over there and just laying long. So still on your back. Can you move right up the bed a little bit more for me, darling? Just laying backwards towards me. Last shots. Okay, nice hand position, Kelsey. Very nice. Didn't even need to work those at all, did I? Excellent. And again, eyes to me, please, darling. Keep it. Just let me get my stool or steps. Stool sounds a little bit wrong, really, doesn't it? Sounds like I'm going to the doctor's. Okay, let's do it again. It's beautiful. Eyes closed. Turn the head towards the window more. Excellent. Roll away towards that direction. And keep rolling fully with body as well. Keep it. Keep rolling more. That's lovely. This knee up to me. Keep it. To me, Kelsey. Little half smile. And we're done. Supermodel are us. Thanks, Kels. Great shot, love. Okay, I think that was a lovely little flow shoot. You know what, in about 25 minutes, we've kind of gone through the first part of a boudoir shoot for me in that basics of the flow. Just using the fundamental elements, and probably for more of your boudoir images. Remember, we just worked on the bed. We've now got to work on the chair. We've now got to work on the wall, and whatever you kind of have in your studio facility is what we've just done is the first stage. And at least in here, if we were doing a little bit of the undressing element to actually get a little bit more implied or whatever it would be, then we can start to work through that as well. But from here, the first 20 minutes, 25 minutes, I'm done. I've kind of then move on, okay, Kels, let's go into the second change of costume or outfit or lingerie, or let's lose the bra, or let's lose the top, or let's, you know, whatever your second part is going to be with your client, then you can actually go through it. But you'll probably find that you're going to be working some of these images in some way in the second part of the shoot and things. But again, what I would encourage you to do is move angle, move the camera position, so in the height as well as the angle you're shooting towards the client. Continually move the body of the subject because then the client knows they're doing things. There's nothing worse than allowing gravity to settle, because basically that's a foundation. And what I want is a body in a fluid kind of shape and movement there. And we shot about 160 images there in that 20 minutes, and probably there's around about at least a dozen images that are knockout. The hard part is basically choosing those images that you're going to present in front of the client. So thanks for joining me live in the studio. I'll see you on the next shoot. Take care.